Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Ruby and welcome. It is currently nighttime and yes, it is raining and I never actually film at night. This is the first time I'm actually filming a video at night that I'm actually planning to post because I have been inspired, my friends. And when you are inspired, it is important to act on that inspiration. Take the inspired action to do whatever it is you feel pulled to do. So that is exactly what I'm doing right now, because to be quite honest, in the recent past, I have been thinking about, am I on the right direction with my channel? Like mixing up these mindset type videos about manifestation with language learning. Like I have been questioning that, but then, I thought to myself, wait a minute. This is something I've always thought that it's important to talk about this, because personally, I believe that mindset plays an important role in anything that you do, any endeavor, especially with language learning, which is why I thought that it would be awesome to make a video on how to have a successful year of learning languages, or just learning languages in general, whether it be in a year or just any time in your life, using the law of assumption, using manifestation, mindset, all that good stuff, because it does help. And I can tell you from my own personal experience how the law of assumption, even the name, like honestly it doesn't matter, but how just that, like using those tactics, those techniques, or whatever you want to call it, have helped me with my language learning. And I hope that these are tools that can also help you with your language learning. Maybe you're someone who's always thought, I can't learn a new language, or maybe you've tried in the past but then you've quote-unquote failed, or you've given up too quickly, or maybe you're an older adult, because a lot of people that are older tend to think, oh, like I can't learn a language anymore, like, it's harder, it's more difficult. My friend, it doesn't matter. If you think it's going to be difficult, it is. It's really just a matter of perception and whatever you tell yourself. Whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you are right. We ourselves impose our own limits. We tell ourselves, okay, I can do this, but I can't do that. Like if you actually think about it and you ask a person, what is the most difficult language to learn? Everyone will have a different opinion. But just because they say this language is the hardest language to learn doesn't mean that it's the hardest language to learn. Listen, you can learn the quote-unquote hardest language in the world if you say you can. And it doesn't have to be difficult. Sure, there will be moments when maybe you will stumble, but it doesn't mean that it's always going to be that way. It's really about perception. So instead of telling yourself, this is difficult, I can't do it, tell yourself that you can. It's really just a matter of perception. You can be successful with language learning. I know a lot of people, for example, hate studying grammar or say, grammar is too difficult, it's too boring. Well, if you say it's all those things, it's always going to be those things. So instead of affirming that or assuming that, assume the best. I've done that with grammar because quite frankly, I kind of would get bored with grammar points too. But now I have this problem where I tend to focus too much on grammar because I tell myself, grammar is so fun. Grammar, it's so easy to learn grammar points. My brain is like a sponge. It just absorbs these grammar points so easily. And that's been my experience. You know why? Because I tell myself that, I assume that feeling, and just the thought, I assume it, I repeat it to myself, and that's been my experience. And honestly, I grew up with that mindset because whereas I lacked confidence in a lot of other areas of my life, the one area where I've always been confident in is just my abilities and being able to learn new things quickly, because I've always been told I'm smart, I'm intelligent. I got straight A's this semester, so what's up? 8 classes. Yeah, I was 8 classes. I did 8 classes, straight A's. Why? Because I'm freaking smart and I can do it, and I know I'm capable of it because my brain, even at 25 years old, it's still like a freaking sponge. I tell myself that because people are like, oh, kids, they learn languages easily because their brains are like sponges. And sure, that may be true, but I also tell myself that, yeah, my brain is like a sponge. I learn easily. I absorb things quickly and easily. It's so easy for me to learn grammar points. It's so easy for me to learn a new language. Language learning is so much fun. Studying grammar is super fun. It's so easy and effortless to learn a new language. Learning a new language is fun. I connect with people who speak in my target language. I attract them into my lives, into my life. So really, it's just a matter of assuming it, just saying you can. Why are you gonna say it's difficult? You're literally making it difficult for yourself by saying it's difficult. Assume the best. I had people around me saying French is hard. I learned French rather quickly. People have been telling me, ooh, German is so difficult. I've managed to learn some Japanese on my own. A quote-unquote very difficult language, but I've managed to do that. So when people say, oh, German is hard, I'm like, well, if I've managed to learn Japanese, obviously not the whole language, but like all the Japanese I know, if I've managed to learn so much of that on my own, what makes me think that German is gonna be more difficult than that? Like the German and Japanese, the grammar in Japanese is so much more different than grammar in German. Like I know German has its cases, but I've been studying the cases and people are like, oh, the cases are difficult. And I'm just like, I don't see it. And you know, it could also just be because I've been learning languages for a while, and I know I've heard that saying that the more languages you learn, the easier it gets. But maybe that's also just an assumption that we've bought into, you know? But it's really just a mindset, just saying that you can, changing the affirmations, changing the inner conversation you have in your head. Because again, like older adults, for example, I know older adults who are like, what's the point? It's too late. I can't do it. These are self-imposed limits. There are people who go back to school in their 80s or 90s and graduate. You know what I mean? Like if they can do it, you can do it. Anyone can do it. People are sometimes like, oh, like, you know, this person is just gifted, you know, they're smart, I'm not smart. Like, we all came from the same stuff. We're all made out of the same stuff. We all have godlike abilities. We all have the power to create. So why are we going to limit our own potential? That potential that you see in the person you admire that speaks 10 languages or 20 languages or just speaks the language that you desire to learn, they're not more than you. We're all the same. So why are you going to say that you can't do it? What makes you any more different from me? If I can do it, you can do it. Anyone can do it. It's just saying that you can and taking that inspired action and also being persistent with anything, because even with like mindset things, you always have to persist and keep being active on your own journey. Because it's like, if you affirm for a few days but then you stop, it's like, you know, you're leaving your mind wide open to any other information that can go into your head. So instead of doing that, you always have to be active in your own self-growth, whether it be in mindset or language learning or any other endeavor you take on. It's a lifelong process and journey. But of course, you do not have to rush to get there. Enjoy the freaking journey. But start enjoying it by first affirming that you can do it, by saying it's fun, by saying that you're freaking smart and intelligent. Say, I learn languages so easily. It's so fun to learn languages. Oh my God, I absorb new vocabulary like a sponge. Grammar points are so easy for me. I love studying grammar, it's so much fun. These are some of the affirmations I use. And yeah, that's been my experience. So you guys, that's my tip, okay? Because it really does start in the mind, of course. Being persistent and active in your journey, very important. But it does start in your mind. Alright, you guys? So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found value in it, because you guys, it's gonna make a big difference, I promise. Telling you guys with the grammar, I was like, ugh, and now I'm just like, and now I kind of have to pace myself, because I'm like, okay, like with German, I'm like, I've learned so much grammar, but now I'm like, I need to learn more vocabulary. But yeah, it's a process, alright? So have fun. So you guys, if you ended up liking this video and finding value in it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos each week. And yeah, I do believe that we're gonna keep my channel the way it is, because I do believe in that connection. And you know, I'm affirming that you guys, my special people, they're my friends. You guys love the videos I'm putting out, and I appreciate your love and support, because I love you guys too, alright? So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.